welcome to another RSR. Tonight we're reviewing New York City FC 3, Toronto FC 1, MLS 2025 Week 20. What a horrible performance by TFC. No fight. They got an own goal for them to score and make the game somewhat open again, and then nothing. Absolutely horrible, absolutely feckless, frankly, and it was just not meant to be. The game they had against Portland, that was amazing. That was amazing. They played like a team. They looked really good. Couldn't do it again. Hell, the Red Bull game, they looked somewhat good. This, they just didn't have it tonight. Now, it's hard to play at that bowling alley of a pitch at Yankee Stadium. It's true. It's hard to do on the baseball field or at Citi Field for that matter. It's hard to do, but I'll tell you this. When it comes down to it, Toronto FC, they love using that as an excuse. When they suck there, they love using that as an excuse that they suck on the baseball field. But I remember a day where they won very bigly on that pitch. I remember days where they were the better team and got the win. I remember when they shocked NYCFC on that pitch. They can win there. It's happened before. I've seen it. So the fact there's so just no fight besides actually fighting. When I say fight, actually fight for the win. Fight for the game. Play a hard football match. Don't fight people. But you don't get that, do you? Either way, not a good enough performance. NYCFC were the better team. They were the stronger side. They were the home team. They ended up winning pretty strongly. Toronto, it was a boring game though. But Toronto just was so open at the back. So, hey, come through. We'll let you through. You shall pass. I mean, dear Lord. First half was very boring. Second half, a little bit less so. With that being said, goals were scored as follows. 20th minute, Hannes Wolff scores. Ball played over the top. It lands to Hannes Wolff. He takes a shot off the inside of the far post. Bounces in. Off the near post, into the net, goal. A very lucky shot that leads to a goal, a double post. Honestly, a beautiful shot. Sometimes you have to take them. Now you know what I'm saying, right? Sometimes you have to take them. Sometimes you do. And they get it. 1-0, Hannes Wolff has the lead for NYCFC off of a lucky shot. Halftime, it's 1-0. And frankly, it should have been worse. I think the referee missed a couple of calls that could have gave NYCFC a chance to score on a penalty or a free kick. They probably should have had it, but they didn't get it because the referee, even though he loves to give yellow cards, that's sort of his history, he still didn't want to give any fouls or penalties. Weirdly enough. But I guess, okay. Halftime 1-0. 49th minute. We have Mitja Ilinic scoring a goal. He's man of the match, by the way. Had the assist on the Hannes Wolff goal. Scored a goal for himself. Beautiful game from him. He had such an amazing game for NYCFC. Always does when I see him play. Very talented young player. Gets the goal. Scores against TFC. Gets the ball. What a side foot chip by him. Ball played into him. He side foot chips it. Beautiful, beautiful goal from him. And that is 2-0. 2-0. 70th minute. Toronto FC gets one back. Corbianu crosses the ball in. Goes off the foot of Justin Hawk. And off the hand of Tomas Romero, former Toronto FC goalkeeper. Into the net. Ends up being 2-1. 2-1 for TFC getting the goal back. Wouldn't last long, though. 74th minute. Kevin O'Toole, who always scores against Toronto for some reason, gets another. Ball played through. They just let him run through. Has a shot. Puts it past Sean Johnson. 3-1. And that would do it. Full-time, 3-1. Full-time stats, 11 shots to 10. 6 shots on goal to 2. 55% possession to 45% possession. 484 passes to 386. 83% pass accuracy to 80. 10 fouls to 12, 0 offside to 1, 1 yellow card to 4, 0 red cards to 0, 5 corners to 6. I mean, I'm just legitimately pissed off. Well, not exactly. That's a bad term considering, well, I mean, that Canada-Guatemala game was much more pissed off. But for me, I'm just very disappointed with how Toronto played. They played so well against Red Bull to at least get the point at home. They played so well against Portland to actually beat a good team. I thought, oh, they actually look better as a team. Maybe they were smart to get rid of both Insigne and Bernardeschi, which, again, because of all the coverage we've done with Gold Cup and Club World Cup, no arrow wasted video, which, you know what? I know that sucks, but either way, I guess we could kind of talk about it here. Arrow wasted, Bernardeschi, Insigne, especially Insigne, arrow wasted. The man did not perform at all for TFC. He needed to go. Good that he went. Bernardeschi, it sucks to see him go. I wish they gave him another 6 months to see if he could just lead the team himself without the pissing contest with Insigne, without the problems they have in the locker room, the dressing room, the change room, and him just leading the team by himself. I would have liked to see that for 6 months, especially if we weren't going to get a guy like Paradella, which he's going to Cruz Azul, so. And we're not going to open those DP spots or use the open DP spots to buy people at this point. Like, it would have been nice to see what they could have done. But I think them beating Portland the way they did was partially why they said, screw it, we're getting rid of both. I feel like that's the case. I can't prove it, but I feel like when they said, well, you know what? We actually played well as a team against Portland and Red Bull, but especially Portland. We might be fine letting them both go and just clean slate, see what we do in the summer. Well, no. I can tell you, maybe it's just because it's NYCFC, maybe it's just because it's Yankee Stadium. Let me tell you, absolutely trash when it comes to our performance. We did not look like a team tonight. We looked disjointed. We looked absolutely tired, bored, scared, unwilling, unfighting. That's what this team looked like. They looked absolutely horrible as a group. They looked like, you know what? We're just going to walk around and foot around and play this game out because you know what? You know what? We better do that. We better do that. And you know what? I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. You know, I'm not happy with the performance that TFC put out. I'm not, because this was bad. Like, if we were good playing as a team, fine, different. It's New York. Sometimes it's tough to play there, especially when you're not a good team. I guess when you're a good team, it's easier to play there. But they just didn't show up at all. It was ugly. It was sad. Like, you have that good of a game against Portland and a pretty good game against Red Bull, and then this week you just show up and are like, we've done enough. We've done enough. We've done enough. No, it means you keep pushing. You make a point, you keep pushing. You just don't make the point and then pull back. You don't do that. That's what they did. And NYCFC made TFC pay. That was pretty much the story. Horrible game. A absolute failure of not trying to fight, to try to get anything out of it. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Disappointing, to say the least, after that Portland game. Man, I wanted to see better, and they didn't have it. Got to do better. If the ideal is play as a team and see what happens and get rid of our two highest paid players to see if we could play as a team and see what happens until the summer window, if not the whole season, rest of the season, wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. Again, Insigne had to go. Bernardeschi, I fail to see how letting him go halfway through the season made any sense. I think we could have let him run out the year and then let him go, if it wasn't totally working out, if we didn't see any positives from it. But fine. Maybe the clean sheet or the clean slate's the better way to do it. Maybe it is. I don't know. With that being said, just not good enough tonight. Just not good enough. NYCFC deserved to win, and they got it. with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for 2 lives, 1 review. First off, Fluminense versus Al Hilal live, of course. Then we have Palmeiras-Chelsea live RSR for the first 2 quarterfinals. And then, of course, Saturday, the earlier day, 2 p.m. Central for the Fluminense Al Hilal game, 8 p.m. Central for the Palmeiras-Chelsea game. Saturday, we have an 11 a.m. Central game between PSG and Bayern, just alive. Then we have the 3 p.m. Central game between Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, live RSR. Saturday, also later that night, because of the early games, we will do the Gold Cup final prediction Saturday night, about 8 o'clock or so, 8 or 9 o'clock. Sunday morning, we will be live for the British Grand Prix, the Formula One British Grand Prix, live, and we will review it. I will do a RSR where I riff about the Grand Prix, and we'll see what I say about it. I won't write anything down for that. Then we have the Gold Cup final, Mexico-USA, at the evening. During the evening, we'll talk about it. We'll be live for it. We'll review it. 6 p.m. Central, we'll review it. And then there you go. Monday, we have the Gold Cup, or the Club World Cup quarterfinal recap, semifinal predictions. Tuesday, semifinal 1, live RSR. Same thing with Wednesday, semifinal 2, live RSR, both 2 p.m. Central. Then, of course, we have the Forge Montreal match, live RSR for the Canadian Championship. So 2 lives, 2 reviews on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll do the Club World Cup semifinal recap. Friday, the Club World Cup final predictions. Next Friday, so not tomorrow, but next Friday. And, of course, a week from now will be the predictions after I come home from the F1 movie, I would hope, at least. And then Saturday, next Saturday, not this one, the Club World Cup, Toronto FC versus Atlanta United live RSR. Then Sunday the 13th, Club World Cup final live RSR. So that's what the next week and a half looks like. There you go. So, there you go. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. We got to do better. Come on.